Hello students. So today we'll start with standard 6th lesson number 5, that is substances in the surrounding, their states and properties. So let us begin with the chapter and the very first page. Okay students, so before beginning, I'll describe you with the short introduction of the lesson. We all have many substances in our surrounding. We sit on a chair, we walk on a ground, we breathe air, we drink water. These all are kind of substances, okay? And their states and properties are different, okay? So in this chapter, we are going to learn about its states and properties. Beginning with the lesson, we are starting with change of state of substance. For this, we have one experiment. Okay, so what you have to do is take pieces of wax in a bowl and heat them into a candle or spirit lamp. Spirit lamp मतलब कि stove होता है ना, उसे spirit lamp कहते हैं. Okay, now what you will see, the wax is melting. Correct. When a substance changes from the state to another, the process is called as change of state of that particular substance. Okay, same way, you know, ice, if water is kept into a freezer, it turns into ice. It is a change of state of the substance. Same way, if the ice is kept out, it turns down into water again. This is also an example of change of state of the substance. The state of substance changes if it is heated or cooled down. Every substance in our surrounding is found either in solid, liquid or gaseous state. Okay. Now students, it is a history, or you can say a scientific history, that there was a person, a scientist called J. Willard in 19th century, J. Willard Gibbs. Now what he showed, that the characteristics of a property of a substance depend on its physical state and the arrangement of particles in it. Okay, so now we'll go to our next page. So there is a table you can see on the page. It is examples of some solid, liquid and gaseous. First we'll go with solid. For example, we'll take a piece of iron. It is a solid substance. Okay, now solids have their own shape. They do remain like that only, whether in whatever situation, whatever particular box or something you keep, it will not change its shape. And volume also, they have a definite volume. Solids like sugar, sand, if they are poured, or if they are kept in a flat surface, it becomes like a heap, you can say like a mountain. Okay, now next state is liquid. The example for liquid is water, spirit, oil. Now liquids does not have any shape of its own. It takes the shape of the container in which it is kept. For example, water. Water has any shape? No, it does not has, correct? So in whatever thing you keep the water, it takes the shape of that. If you fill it into a bottle, it will be a shape of bottle. If you keep it in the container, it will take the shape of the container. It does not has a specific volume. Okay, it occupies definite portion of a container, spreads on a flat surface on pouring, floats downwards along a slope. Okay, these are the properties of liquids. Now the last state is gas. For gas, we can take example of air. Now air does not have a shape of its own, occupies all the available shape. Wherever there is availability, it will go and stay there. Okay, now does not have a definite volume. On changing the pressure of a gas, it in a closed container, its volume also changes. Okay, now heat and change of physical state. Now students, you have learned that change in the physical state of a substance is an effect of amount of heat in it. Okay, because of heat, it changes from solid to liquid, liquid to gaseous. Same way, when it is cooled, it turns from gas to liquid and liquid to solid state. Understood? It is vice versa, it is reverse. Now students, you know how water changes into ice when it is kept in the fridge, or when it changes into liquid back when it is heat. Okay, so this shows that a specific amount of heat is needed for a particular state to change from one to another. Okay, now the change in physical state is determined by how hot the substance became on getting heat, or how cold it becomes on getting or losing heat. Okay, Okay, students, so temperature and thermometer. Now you know when we heat a substance, it gets warm and later it becomes hot. Now, how you can know that how hot or how warm the substance has become? You touch, you can come to know that yes, it is hot, but you cannot give an accurate measurement that yes, it is this much Celsius or this much Fahrenheit warm or hot. For this, we need a thermometer. Thermometer is used to measure temperature. Their degrees are calculated in Celsius. It is the unit of measuring temperature. Okay, there are types of thermometer available. Nowadays, digital thermometers are frequently used. Before, we had those thermometers which had mercury in between. Okay, so those were manual, or you can say a mercury based thermometer, but nowadays we have digital thermometer. We get the proper temperature on screen. Okay, now we'll move to our next page. Okay, so here there is an experiment. What you have to do, you have to take a thermometer from the laboratory. Now this thermometer is the mercury thermometer. Okay, now in the center of it there is a tube in which mercury is being filled. When you keep it into a glass filled with ice, you can see the mercury rays up or down and shows a specific measurement. Okay, this is how thermometers work. Okay, now note the temperature of different things like ice, warm water, warm juice, cool juice. Okay, now there is some examples. If you put a thermometer into a boiling water, the temperature will become 100 degrees Celsius. If you put it into freezing water, it will go to 0 degrees Celsius. If you calculate air in during winter night, it will be less than 50 degrees Celsius, 15 degrees Celsius. If you calculate air in summer afternoon, it will be greater than 35 degrees Celsius. Inside a fridge, it is less than 5 degrees Celsius. Inside the freezer, it is less than minus 18 degrees Celsius. And the body temperature, every person, every human being, we get fever, right? How we come to know that we have got fever or not? With the help of thermometer, correct? Now how we can know that we are sick or not? Because the normal body temperature, a healthy human being body temperature is always 37 degrees Celsius. If it is more than 37 degrees Celsius, it is meaning that it will be little bit wrong, or you might be having a fever. Okay, now next is boiling. Water is continuously evaporating. We know that water spilled on the floor dries up and slowly becomes cloud and it gets evaporated from the surface. Now what happens when water gets boiled? Okay, as the water gets heated, its temperature increases and it evaporates at faster and faster rate. For example, if you can take you take a vessel at your home, put some water in it, now start boiling it. After some time you will see that the measurement of the water is being lowered. Why? Because as the temperature increased, the water evaporated and the measurement also got decreased. When water kept on a stove attains a particular temperature of level of heat, then evaporation takes place in all parts of the water. Okay, you see small bubbles rising at faster and faster rates. So the to the surface and steam mixing in the air. Okay, धुआं निकलता है ना. Okay, this is called boiling of water, or you can also say ebullition. At sea level, प्योर वाटर बॉयल्स एट 100 डिग्री सेल्सियस. मतलब कि जब सी के अंदर वाटर होता है, सो द बिकॉज ऑफ sun rays it starts boiling at 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, this is the boiling point of water, and when water vapor cools, it is converted into water again. This process is called condensation. Condensation of steam also takes place at 100 degrees Celsius only. It means that the boiling point and condensation point of water are same at the same time. Okay, now next topic is freezing. The water kept in a fridge or on ice becomes cooler and cooler, that its temperature falls. As you know, boiling point is 100, so freezing point is below 100, that is it goes down and down. At a certain temperature, water does not get any cooler but starts freezing and forms ice. The temperature at which this happens is called the freezing point of the water. Now, the temperature of a substance can fall below 0 degrees Celsius also. Example, the temperature of air in the freezer of a refrigerator is around minus 18 degrees Celsius. That is below 0 degrees Celsius. It is read as minus 18 degrees Celsius. When ice gets heat, it starts melting or changing into liquid state again. Now ice melts at 0 degrees Celsius. It means that the freezing point and melting point of water are also same, just like the boiling point and condensation point were same. Okay, each substance has a specific boiling point which is also its condensation point. Same way, each substance has a specific melting point which is the same as the freezing point. Now, the temperature at which a substance boils while heating is the same as temperature at which it condenses when it is cooled. Similarly, the temperature at which a substance freezes while cooling is the same as the temperature at which it melts when it is heated. Now, various uses of changes in physical state. First, candles are made by melting paraffin wax. Okay, solid carbon dioxide, or you can say dry ice, it is kept in your ice cream shops and all. Okay, is also used to make ice cream and to keep it frozen. Liquid nitrogen is used in animal husbandry. What is animal husbandry? To protect, to, you can say, the farm animals or the poultry. Okay, now sand, or you can say silica, is melted to make glass. Metals like gold and silver are melted to make ornaments. Iron is melted to make tools. So students, here we end up with the first half of our lesson. I hope you understood the changing state of the substances. We'll meet in our next session. Thank you.